Good morning, everyone. I'm a wee bit later today because I was getting a Morrison's delivery from Amazon, which was good. Wait till I move things out the road here. I hope you all had a lovely day yesterday, all my beautiful American friends. I hope you had a lovely Thanksgiving. I was looking at a lot of people's pictures on Facebook of their meals, and they all look delicious. All looked beautiful. I would love to try that pumpkin pie. Never tried it. Don't know what it tastes like. The cream. Oh my goodness. Let me get the chat up, everybody. Let me get the chat up. There we are. Found us. My goodness, it's all run smoothly today. What's going on? Please don't look at that was me that done that to myself. Gouged my nose out with a pair of tweezers. Good morning, Mason and Sarah. Tangerine, good morning to you. R.A., good morning. Happy Black Friday. Oh, I know. I'm staying away from it. I'm not even going to look. I'm not going to look because I've already ordered 3 things from Makeup Revolution. Is she okay? She's eating a chew just now. Jan, good morning. Lucy, Gemma, good morning. Robbie, good morning. Dee Dee, good morning, everybody. Good morning, morning. Wait till I get a drink. You know I like to wet my whistle. And today I'm having this cafe latte, skinny latte. I'm having this. Who makes this? Amy. As I say, I got a Morrison's food delivery. I don't usually get Morrison's, so let me try this out. I've got a straw from McDonald's. McDonald's straw. I can't even whistle. I need to wet my whistle so I can whistle for Sky. There we go. Right, let's try this. Lovely. Really nice. I like that. 78 calories. I don't need to know that. I don't even want to look at calories at my age. Yeah. Happy Friday, sweet Sky. Well, wait till I tell you. Conspiracy theories, right? I'm thinking conspiracy theories. Can you remember when I bought my friend's palettes from Makeup Revolution? And there was a big mirror, a handheld mirror that I was desperate for. That was sold out. There was a bag that had lobsters all over it, Phoebe's lobster. I loved that. It was sold out. And there was scrunchy hairbands that had all different friends things. That was sold out also, right? So I've been checking in all the time. Right, and it was sold out, sold out, sold out. And then all of a sudden yesterday when they opened their Black Friday sale, everything's back in stock. And I think it was always in stock, they just left it. But anyway, I got some money off. I don't think, did I get money off the mirror? I'm not sure. But that's going to be props for makeup videos, you see. And the bag, where you see the bag with the lobster, ain't my lobsters. Cute. So that's what I've bought for Black Friday. Sky Spirit, good morning to you. And beautiful Inverness. Inverness is a gorgeous part of Scotland. It really is. And do you know, the last time I was in Inverness, I was at River Ness. Know how you've got Loch Ness? I was at a river called River Ness, and obviously this river runs into Loch Ness or something like that. But I didn't even know that. I didn't know there was a River Ness. It just shows you. Don't know my own country at all. I pretend I'm Scottish, that's what I do. Although I was born here and raised here. I don't know my way out this city. This is it for me. Sky, I hope you've been okay. Any sign of the fella that was following you? You get a bunch of 5s, so you will. Now stop it, there's a standoff. Do you want to see a standoff situation that I'm talking about? Look, this is a standoff. See the standoff situation? Look. She's got her chew, he's got his chew. And they're cagey as F. KJ. So if you hear me shouting and flying over there, it's me breaking them up. Sometimes that happens. Sometimes they do have a skirmish. And sometimes they're naughty with each other. Good morning, lovely Shani. I hope you're doing good today. Tomorrow you won't notice that because I'm going to have foundation and all that. I'll look much better than this tomorrow. And beautiful Fife, my goodness, you are all in wonderful parts of this country. Good morning, lovely Claire. Yes, take your Sky, take more than your phone. Take something with you. Because I've got a bad feeling about this arsehole. I've got to say that. Golfer girls, see, you are, look, I'm looking in the mirror. I know that I'm not. But thank you anyway for being nice to me. Thank you. I get called all sorts on this YouTube. I get called the Shrek. I get called the Shrek once. So I did. And beautiful Edinburgh. Good morning, Amanda, and lovely Edinburgh. I spent a week with our friends years and years ago. We'd friends that stayed in Ox gangs in Edinburgh. And do you know, see that whole week we drank every night. I never had kids at the time, you see. And it was great. And we used to go and have picnics in Morningside in Edinburgh. It was good times. Good times. I don't blame your mum because I'm concerned about it and I'm away over here in blooming Scotland, Sky. There's something not right. I would actually talk to a policeman and say, see how today goes. See if he's still there and lingering. Go to the police. Because, good morning, lovely Maddie. Remember I told you my stalker story? That was quite frankly went on for years and I was terrified, right? And I never done anything about it. My dad eventually complained. But I thought to myself afterwards again, say he was to go and stalk someone else and it was to go down a sinister route and he could kidnap them and, you know, hold them hostage and who knows what. And I've not said anything about it. So maybe this is a madman, Sky. Maybe this is a mad guy. And I think we're all concerned about this, but definitely take your phone today. Yes, the postman, Andrea, the postman. It was terrible. Posting things through my door and all that. Smell my jacket. He said that to me. And then he was in my bathroom, remember? I still see now, even now when I see a postman, I'm like, oh my God. It was terrible. And I didn't have the balls to say anything. See now, I'd be telling him to F off. This is it, Sky, bro. This is what they like, these people. You're just going on, you're doing your own thing and stuff like that. And these people... I was talking to my mum about them this morning, actually. I should write a blooming thing about the postman. What was it I was saying to my mum? I forgot. It's went in and out of my head as quickly as that. See, I'm told. Oh yeah, I was saying to her that you get these online trolls and all that, that you come on and you try and relax people and stuff like that. And you get the most terrible comments wrote to you. So I can't read it because see, if I do read it, it haunts me all day and I start believing the things that people are saying about me. That's terrible. Terrible stuff. And then, you've also got the guys that the first thing they do is they send you a text saying hello dear, or an instant message, hello dear. Always starts with that. And then the red rose, they'll send you that with the sparkling petals. That's in your next text. And then they send you a box of chocolates in the shape of a heart, but it's flowers. And then the D-pic comes after that. So, see, as soon as I get the red rose, sparkly red rose, they get blocked. So don't send me a sparkly red rose, Andy. Don't be especially with hello dear. I can tell it now. You know, I've got spidey sense for D-pics. Spidey sense. Why? I mean, why? I don't know. Have you behaved yourself, wee girl? He's still got his wee chewy in his mouth. It's still a standoff situation. Isn't it? Are you coming over to say hello to everybody? You coming over? Come up then on your mummy's knee and say hello to everybody. There, she's saying hello to everybody now. There. Yeah, she's a princess. She's a princess. Like, behave yourself. I've had my share of creepy men. I've had my share of quite a lot of creepy men actually. Not that I've went with creepy men because I was married for over 20 years and I was with my ex-husband since I was 12 years old. But even that, even being married that's not a deterrent for some men. But then again, we've got the naked lady as well, so we can't discriminate here. Do you know, I think they just folly me about. I think I've got some kind of magnet. I've got a magnet for people just to be creepy with me. I've got a creepy magnet. Know how you've got the pea magnets that people talk about. I'm not even going to say the word, but you get pea magnets. I've got a creepy magnet. They come over to me like that, like zombies. Do you know, and I've passed it down to poor Sophie. It happens to her all the time as well. She said that some man said to run away with her or something like that. It was quite an intense conversation. She was outside a pub one time and she was vaping. She vapes, and some man came over to her and was talking to her about running away with her or something like that. It went down. She'd never seen him before in her life, but he was going to run away with her. She declined that offer, I'm glad to say. I'm glad to say she declined it. So, we get it. Oh, like, see, this time, this wasn't really creepy. This was more a scary I think I've told you about this story as well, years and years ago. And it still haunts me to this day, this story. I tried my best, right? I tried my best. My husband needed a new suit. I don't know if it was a funeral we were going to or what was happening, right? But he needed a new suit. So we went into this department store in Glasgow. And we're looking away at suits and stuff like that, you know, looking away at suits. And I spots a man coming in with a helmet on his head, right? Like a motorbike helmet kind of thing on his head, right? So I just... that doesn't, you know, I was still looking at the suits, looking at the suit. So he was standing next to me, the man, right, and there was a rack of clothes, and the fella just went smack right down like that, like a tree would fall, smack right down on this clothes rack. He was in it, he was quite frankly in the clothes rack, straight down he went, and I'm looking about, there's nobody there to help him, only me, right, and I don't know what I'm doing. But I do know if you faint, you're meant to put your head between your knees. So I rush over to the guy and I'm lifting his head up and he's in a sitting position too, right? And I'm trying to push him down. And I'm going, your head must be between your knees. And he's going, groaning. And I'm pushing his head down like that. Looking about, shouting, help, can I get some help here, like that? Eventually this other man came over and went, he does that all the time, that's why he wears this helmet, because he just collapses. Now, it was terrible. I tried my best anyway. I tried my best. I don't know if I was hurting him more. I don't know what I'm doing, but I tried. Yes, go for it. Well, some guys think that we mean yes when we say no. No. When I say no, I mean no. I don't mean yes. It's not a safe word. No isn't a safe word. We need to come up with a safe word one of these days. I don't know what safe word I would choose. It'd be funny if you were in the middle of stuff and you had some kind of really weird safe word. Oh, see, there's my mind going now, and my mind's in the gutter already thinking about that film, what's it called? 50 Shades of Grey. That was rubbish. Well, I thought it was rubbish. Some of the people in Glasgow didn't think it was rubbish because, as I said, the guys were walking up and down aisle shining torches on folk when that film was out and saying, Missus, get off your knees and get back on your chair. Stuff like that was going to happen, and that was crazy times. Sarah, even then, some guys don't care. Some guys don't. You could be unconscious lying in the gutter, literally lying in the gutter, and they would still be trying it on with you. Enough, wee girl. What's going on? Empty that goes by the windows for it. She's going to set about them, aren't you? I've got baked potatoes. Well, I've got potatoes in the oven just now baking. Andrea, I thought, see that because I had heard all that, it was on our radio station that it was George Bowie that was saying about the theatre, one of the picture halls in Glasgow. The usher had to go up and down the aisles with a torch and shine it on people that were getting a bit too frisky because of the film, right? So I'm thinking, my God, it must be dynamite, this bloody film. So when I managed to get the film, I was sitting here like that. A wee glass of wine to myself and stuff like that. I was like, here we go. This is going to be good. Made sure the children weren't here. Made sure my son was at his dad's that night. It was like, I was no. I was a bit of spanking in it. That's about it. You know, I was like, what the hell? Yeah, the books are probably better. The books are probably much better, but the film wasn't. The film wasn't anything. I have never had pumpkin pie. Never had, and seen all these. And do you know what else I've not had that I know I would love? Pecan pie, because I love pecans. Is it pecans or pecans? Pecans. Nuts, not pie. There you go. Oh my goodness, there's Scottish Murmurs. Beautiful Scottish Murmurs is in today. Hello, beautiful Scottish Murmur. And congratulations, everybody. Scottish Murmur's got to 300,000 subscribers. I'm going to give you a big clap for that because you're amazing. Here, see if I ever get to 100,000. That'll be me. That'll be me. I can die. That's what I'm striving for, so I can get a play button and have it right there and as soon as people come in my door. I don't know if I will, Scottish Murmurs, but here, I like to come on here and have fun anyway. That's what it's all about, isn't it? I like to come on here and tell my little stories. But look at that, that's bad. I've done that to myself, so done that to myself. Scottish Murmurs, did you hear that story about the 50 Shades of Grey? It was George Bowie that was talking about it. And when that was out in one of the picture halls in Glasgow, there was a guy walking up and down the aisles with a torch, shining it on people that were getting a bit too frisky and all that with this film. Like, Mrs. Get off your knees and get back on the chair. All that was going on. I'm telling you, it was all going on. So that's when the film came out, I thought, here we go, make sure the kids aren't here. Lock that. No, I know Scottish, but that's what I was thinking. I was like, lock the doors, get this glass of wine and all that. I was like all set for a great night in myself. And it was a bit of spanking, that's about it. Wee bit of spanking. That's nothing. That's just nothing, that. I was disappointed. I can't even remember what, I think I put on, what's that one that was good with, is it Mickey Rooney? 6 Nights or 6 Days or something like that. That was quite a good film, I remember that. That was better. That was a better film than that. So tomorrow I'll be doing my makeup video as usual. I don't know what look I'm going to be doing. I don't know. Yes, Scottish Murmur. I'm loving my cubby. I'll show you. It's out there now. Look, there it is. It looks good out there. Yes, I'm loving my wee car. I've got used to the. Well, I've not got a handbrake anymore. It's just a little button thing that you pull. You just do that with it, and it goes on. But see, at first I was saying to the guy in the garage, I was sure this is going to work, because I'm used to like pulling a handbrake like that, and now I've just got this button, and I've got to learn to trust it. It's a whole trust issue thing I've got with the car. Even now, I put the brake on and I'm sit for a minute or two just to make sure it is working before I get out. Thank you very much, Scottish Murmurs. Yes, you used to live next to my big brother. Yeah, yes. Oh, he's all right just now. He's going through a cancer battle just now, and they've removed one of his kidneys, and the tablets that they had him on that was making his hair white, they're not working, and yeah, he's got 12 new lesions that they found in his. I think it was his liver. They found it, so we're all just trying to be strong. And look, I bet cancer. So if I can do it, and I'm his wee sister, he's going to do it as well. So it's a terrible thing, but yeah, I don't even think chemotherapy is on the cards for him. See, I done the whole chemo thing. Oh, well, Scottish, I went through the whole chemo, radiotherapy, boobs off, all of that. I don't know if maybe that's what he's doing. He got these tablets that his hair didn't fall out, but it took all the pigment out his hair. Took all the pigment out his hair and turned him pure white like Gandalf. I took the piss out of him, calling him Gandalf and stuff like that. But with me, it was the whole thing that I had to go and get the chemo and stuff. And now I'm on a drug called tamoxifen. Right, I think that's why I'm so fat. It's nothing to do with the food. It's this tablet makes me fat. It's nothing to do with the Chinese meal at the weekend. See, we need to get this. We need to find a cure for this cancer because I don't think there's a family out there that hasn't been infected with it. And sometimes I feel a bit guilty that I've got through it, and other people haven't. You get all that kind of guilt. So that's why I'm fat, Scottish Murmurs. Nothing to do with the cakes. Nothing to do with the cakes and the Chinese meals and stuff like that. The McDonald's. That's what I tell everybody anyway. Yes, I am. Look, I'm fat and happy. I don't mind it. See, if someone said that blueberry, she's a bit of a fatty, isn't she? I'd be like, well, she is. I wouldn't bother. That doesn't bother me. I've been called worse. See, new drugs all the time. Even see, since I had my cancer, I'd got my cancer in 2000 and end of 2014, 15. The whole year of 2015 was a nightmare. I went through it all. And since then, they've come on leaps and bounds with things. So I'm always hopeful, and that's what I've said to my brother. You cannot lie down to it and say, right, okay, it's took me. And there was days that I, honest to God, felt like that. I felt like throwing the towel in. But then my kids would never speak to me again. So you've got to have a fight in your belly to get through it. Yeah, I've got a lot of fat to grab onto. It's handles. I love handles. Yes, and then I had to get the boobies off, Scottish Murmur. So see if somebody wants me to flash them, they would be in for a big surprise. So they'd be in for a real big surprise. Because mine's had spread to my lymph nodes, so I've got, it's like bits of my armpit have been taken out and all. It's not good. It's not good. I mean, well, but I'm alive. That's the main thing, is I'm alive. Yes, boobs are. It's been great not needing to wear a bra. I'll tell you, because I had big boobies before, and I used to get the boob rash in the summer, and that was terrible, and you'd have to wear the bras. And I could never get a nice looking bra. I always had to get an industrial strength bra to hold them up. But see, now it's great. I love it. I love it. Yeah, well, everybody knows I've got a lot of junk in my trunk. Remember that guy last week? Scottish Murmurs. I had a man last week saying that he wanted to bite my tushy. Bite it. Bite the tushy. There's a lot of material there to bite because it's quite frankly large. But it just shows you that but you must get more because you're absolutely stunningly gorgeous, Scottish Murmur, so you will know what I'm talking about. But if they're going to come in and say to an old lady about biting her tushy, I still got it. Still there. Still there. They come and bite the tushy. Paint me like one of your French girls. Yeah? Yeah. uh, you squeeze yours and stress. Well, if that makes you de-stress, Sky, then that's good. That's good to know. Yep. uh, yeah, but I don't bother now, you know, because I'm alive and that's the main thing. And I love the nice things in life. Nothing like that money or anything like that. Like looking out there and it's misty. It was misty yesterday. It was lovely. And the snow and the leaves falling and my wee dogs, and it really does, it makes you appreciate everything that is free in life, and that's what I like. But I would like a silver play button, YouTube. Come on, get your finger out. I'm going to write to them. I'm going to write. Where's my play button? You need to have 100. Well, I think I deserve it, YouTube. Ah. No, but see, you've always got to have something to strive for. You've got to always have something to strive for. But anyway, did MD watch Christmas Chronicles 2? It was wonderful. I loved it. I really, really loved it. And I had a big smile on my face. The whole film had a big smile on my face. And there was parts of it I was like, oh, careful, Santa. Watch what you're doing, Santa. I was doing that. I was sitting here myself. It was wonderful. And then at the end, there's a little like adult joke that kids wouldn't get. I'm not wanting to say what it is because if you haven't watched it, you'll see it. But brilliant movie, brilliant movie. So I don't know what I'm watching today. Probably more Christmas stuff. That's what makes me happy. I'm going to watch the 50 Shades of Grey. Now that we spoke about it, I might need to watch that a second time to make. In fact, I've got a pen here. I'm going to take notes. How do you do that there? But spanking. Okay. I've not finished Schitt's Creek. I'm on the very last series of Schitt's Creek. It's been wonderful. Ooh, well, I watch the Nutcracker all the time for the Marinsky Ballet Theatre. That was on my bucket list if I was ever to marry a millionaire, you see. I would want to go to the Marinsky Theatre to watch the Nutcracker Ballet because I love it. It's wonderfully Christmassy and I love the theme tune. I love the soundtrack and all the rest of it. So if I was going to be a millionaire, I would go there. I would also go to Bora Bora to swim with the sharks and hopefully not get it. Oh, Scottish Murmurs. Well, congratulations on your new home and have a wonderful day. And thank you for coming in. I always love to see you. Oh, Golfer Girl Schitt's Creek's wonderful. I've been enjoying it so much. Yeah, I think it's lovely. See, I like pantomimes and things like that, but obviously this year there's no pantomime because of the COVID. So this Christmas year's Christmas Eve, I'll watch it. I'll watch a pantomime on YouTube. That's what I'll do. Isn't that wonderful? Scottish Murmurs come in. I'm kind of fangirling because she's an amazing person. She really is so sweet and lovely. ASMR's I mean, see what she does with her videos. Scottish Murmurs and Visual Sounds one. See their graphics and things like that they do, the special effects. It's amazing. See, with me, you just get this at a camera. This is me. I do my best. I try and do my best. Oh. But people like it, so that's the main thing. If people enjoy it, I'll keep on doing it. See if I'm like, everybody saying, you're rubbish by the way. I'd be like, maybe I should take the channel down. No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't do that. I love yous all. Ah, so I've got potatoes in the oven right now. I'm going to have a baked potato with butter. I don't care. Butter and cheese jammed in it, right? And then at the side, I'm going to have a side salad with tomatoes, cucumber, lettuce, spring onion. We call them sidebees here. We call them side. I'm going to have that as well. So I'm going to tuck into the potato and then the salad and feel as if I've ate healthy. But really, it's a lot of carbs that I'm going to enjoy. Go for girl, your gas man's coming. Yes. Listen, you'll be laughing, and the guy will be looking at you going, what's she laughing at? And you'll be thinking about my story. Don't you hate it when that happens? When all of a sudden you think you get the guy, right, I'll tell you a story, right? A true story that I've probably told you before, but it's an absolute true story. And it was a case of getting the giggles at a very inappropriate moment, right? That's happened to me quite a lot. But this particular day happened to be my granny's funeral. My granny's funeral. Now, my granny, she was a wee hard woman. I mean, and she spoke like a sailor, right? She really did. And I feel as if the spirit of her possessed me that day. And I really do feel as if it was. The day before, it all started actually the day before our funeral. And we all went to confession because my granny was a Catholic and all that. And I wanted to take my communion at her funeral. So we all had to go to confession first, right? First thing, my cousin went into the confessional box and he was just in and out straight away again. So we were all like, that's a bit weird, right? And then my brother went in, and when my brother, he was in for about 10 minutes and he came out, my brother's face was like fizz, right, like fizz. And I was like, what's happening there? So I goes in, and the priest started talking to me about like sex and things like that. It's just about sex and stuff, and I was like, this is a bit weird. This is a bit. And he was saying about sex before marriage. And I was saying, no, Father, I'm a married lady and all that. And he was going, yes, because sex is that's for married people. You know, that's married. So that's the way it went down. And I thought, that's weird. So I came out, and the priest had been saying to my brother if my brother had been indulging in any strange sexual acts, right? And I said, what did you say to him? He says, I just turned around and went, Father, I'm just a kind of an ordinary guy. Right, so my cousin that was in and out, he got through it because he was in a relationship and they had a house and they weren't married. So that was the night before, so it all started a bit weird. So the next day, we're all dressed in our black stuff, going into my granny's coffin's there, my granny's coffin's at the altar. And we're going in the door, big, heavy church doors, right, big, heavy church doors. In fact, the ground, you could see like marks on the ground where people had just shoved the door. You know, it was like scraping along the ground. As we were walking in, there was this wee old lady like that. The door came slamming and slammed on her face really hard. And me and my mum were going, oh my God, are you all right? She's going, oh, and she's holding her face. We're going, oh my, are you bleeding? Do you need a hanky and all that? Are you all right? She was like that, crying. So eventually, she goes into the church, and my mum whispered to me, your granny hated her. Right, so I was like, Gran, don't be doing that, right? So we get into the church, and I'm sitting in the second row. Front row is my uncle and my mum and all that, right? We're sitting behind, because it's our granny, we're sitting behind them. So we're sitting, my brother's sitting next to me, and this wee spider starts making a web on my uncle's ear, right? And it's spinning a web up and down his ear like that, and he's doing things like that, but the wee spider's running away and stuff and haven't run, and my granny's lying in the funeral in the coffin, and I can't stop looking at a spider. And I looked at my brother and he's looking at it too, so my brother starts going like that and elbowing me and going like that. So I start going like that and laughing. And I don't know why I didn't just go, "You've got a spider on your ear," right? I don't know why I didn't tell him, but I sat for the rest of the funeral watching this spider making many webs on my uncle's ear and going, ha ha ha. I'm going, "Linda, that's your granny lying there. She's dead. Your granny's dead. That's your dead granny lying there. Stop it. Stop the laughing." And then I'd look up and this spider be doing something and go, like that, right? It was terrible. I couldn't stop the laughter. But I turned around, there was people taunting at me and shaking their head. But I'd never seen these people at my granny's house. And my granny was in the hospital towards the end. I never seen them up visiting my granny. But they were taunting at me. But I swear, I think my granny possessed me that day. She'd have been laughing. She'd have been laughing at me, so she would have. But it was so inappropriate. And I was saying to myself in my own head, "Stop it. That's your granny. This is a funeral. You're not meant to laugh." And the more I said that, the more I was going, like that. It was terrible. It was terrible. So that was a thing that happened. But inappropriate. I hate that when you've got a laughter and you're trying your hardest not to, and you hold it up like that. So see when you let it out, it really blasts. But yeah, my granny would have found that funny, so she would have. Mum, I think my mum was angry. I think my mum was angry at me, but I couldn't help it. But I don't know why I didn't just tap my uncle and go, "You've got a wee spider," and he would have got rid of the spider, and I would have been fine. I don't even know what the priest said about my granny. I don't even know what was said about my granny. But there, I was just the spider had me glued. But as I say, that's what I'm like. Things catch my attention like squirrels and stuff like that. And I forget everything. Oh, there's a squirrel. So, yeah, and I knew it was a very serious. I mean, you couldn't get much seriouser situation than at a funeral. And I'm laughing my head off. But my brother's still going like an elbow me, going hee hee under his breath. But I'm the one that I can't control it. I'm going like that. It was terrible. Me again. It has to be me. See, this trouble follows me about. That's how. See if you come over here and hang out with me, it'll be messy. As we say, it'll be messy. Yeah, see, the more you're telling yourself not to laugh, the more you're laughing. The more you're saying to yourself, "Stop doing it." And by God, I was. I was saying lots of bad stuff to myself. But the laughter was still, that's how I feel, as if she was, one, slamming that door on that wee old lady, and then having me cause a commotion in the chapel. But what about the priest? What was that about? I don't know. We all had the most weirdest confessions ever, and it all seemed to circulate around sex. We were like, "What did the priest say to you?" He was asking me about sex and stuff like that. I've been a lot of priests. They've never once asked me about sex, but this chap was. He was right into that. You wonder what he was doing. I'd see. I don't know. I don't want to talk badly about Father, whatever his name was, but it was weird. Yeah, maybe he wanted me to start talking. I was, because I hadn't been to confession for a while, so I didn't know if this was just the thing that they were doing nowadays. But see, my brother walking out like that, he was like, "What's going on in there? What's happening in the confessional? Some sort of scandal." My cousin getting thrown out just because he lived with somebody and they weren't married. The father he didn't forgive him for that sin. Didn't forgive him. He never got told to do 10 Hail Marys and that Our Father. He got, quite frankly, just out you go. Out you go. Oh, he says to him, "I can't forgive you and neither can God." I swear. That's what he said to him. "I can't forgive you and neither can God." That's what my cousin got told because he was living with his girlfriend. It was rough. It was rough. It's 17 minutes past 11 in the morning, gee. Oh. Yeah, and then my granny's funeral, I couldn't tell you what they said about her. Know how usually they've got some good stories and that to tell. All I know about was that my Uncle Arthur was going out. my, my Uncle Arthur was going out to church with webs all over his black suit. Because it was a black suit, so the webs really stuck out. It was like arachnophobia. It was like arachnophobia in my uncle's ear. That's what it was. I mean, yes, Maria. Maybe see. I don't know. I don't know. That whole thing was just. It was. I've never been to a funeral like it, and I hope I don't ever go again because it was me that was in the centre of it all. Do you know what? It was a fast spider. That's how I was quite amazed at the work this spider was doing. And also I'm thinking, surely he's got to feel it. Surely he's got to. I mean, a couple of times he done that, but he missed it. But I mean, it kept going. It kept going. uh, Sky, I'm pretty sure God would forgive my cousin for that if they were in a loving relationship and staying together. So I don't know about I don't know about this priest. But see, when I was younger, see when I was a wee girl, and when you're in primary 3, you get your first Holy Communion where you wear your white dress and all the rest of it. See the father then, he always reeked of booze. He must have been an alcoholic, but we just used to know that this father was always booze smelling as a child. You know, he was always, and he used to come to your house. He used to come to your, now this is a bad story. He used to come at your house and he would have you all praying. So there was numerous times that my mum and dad would be sitting and they'd go, oh God, there's Father Riley, hide. And we'd all be like, where are we going to hide? So we're hiding behind doors. My mum's lying on the floor and somebody's in the cupboard and the father comes to the door, champing the door, and we're all hiding like that. Shh. And the dog's standing looking at you like that, and you're going, go away, go, stop looking at me like that. So that's what. Oh no, it's the father. But see, when he did come in, he always got a cup of coffee and some custard cream biscuits. And then my dad would say, would you fancy something a bit stronger? And he would always take a whiskey. Always take a whiskey. So I think he was just on the prowl. I think he was just on the prowl into everybody's house to get a bit of flavouring. Oh, I remember that though, as hide. Find somewhere to hide. We don't. Behind the curtain like that. Go away. See that, the dog, go away. Dog's barking. Father's chapping the door. We're going, oh God, he's chapped it twice now. He's chapped it twice. My dad be saying, you better answer it. My mum's going, we're not answering it. Get back in your hiding spot. That was the good old days, that. But yeah, they used to just come round the houses whenever he felt like it. So he did. But that was fun. Anyway, look at the time, my goodness. So I'll be back tomorrow. Better looking. I'll be like Madonna. Right, I'll try and look more like Madonna tomorrow. Folk, I'll put a wee spot there. Like that. So anyway, I'll be back tomorrow to see you all. I hope you have a wonderful Friday. And enjoy the sales. If you are doing anything with the Black Friday sales, then I hope you get a lot of good deals and stuff. And I'll do a nice tingly video for you tomorrow and put your makeup on. And I love you very, very much. So have a wonderful day. Bye, everybody.